I mean, the scene has. I don't know if that's the scene or that's the progressive movement in general. I mean, things are moving forward very progressively uh, in terms of gender and expression, as opposed to 10 years ago. Because I mean, people think that gays are all accepting all the time, and they're not. They're often as bad as straight people when it comes to certain things.
Hmm.
When it comes to trans people and blah 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 blah. But I mean, that's changing. But that's changing because things naturally move forward when younger people with more progressive views take over, I guess. I mean, in terms of the actual scene, in terms of bars and places, and I mean, places have closed down since I've moved here. Every place I've wanted to go to is closed. I used to go to the Black Cap all the time. It's closed. I used to go to the Joiner's Arms. It's closed. I don't drink as much as I used to. So I used to drink a lot. Now I don't really drink at all. So it's partly that. And partly because I guess because of the profession I work in now and the whoever I am now, I'm not interested in going to heaven to party with a bunch of 18-year-old twinks. I mean, I go out to fetish events in the gay scene, but I don't really go out. And I'll go out to the bar, I'll go out to Compton's a lot, but I don't really go out clubbing. Oh no, it's a total decline. Uh, there's like if you want to have a sex party, you have maybe like two options. You have fire and you have union. That's it. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Maybe you have backstreet, but they're very strict dress code. They just don't exist anymore. That's why if you look at the plan that was for Fetish Week at Recon, like four of the five parties were at fire because there's nowhere else.
Just because that's the only place that can host them.
Well, no, places can, like Electroworks can, they have a license for it, but if they can book out the Saturday for a wedding, not have to clean up and get paid X, why would they give it to a bunch of gays that they're going to have to clean up after? That's the actual truth as to why. I mean, don't put me in the shit with Electroworks, but that's
No, but
why they don't let those parties there anymore. They don't want to clean up after them.
I mean, it's honest. They are events that need quite a dramatic cleanup afterwards.
It's not so much for us. We're in a lucky position in that with what we sell, people will always want to see it more or less, or touch it or feel it. It's not like doing your grocery shopping online. Well, you know what you're going to get and you're going to get it. With the things we sell, people want to size it up, they want to try it on. So we're quite lucky in that it doesn't so much decline. The problem is if there's less bars, so people come to Soho for bars, restaurants, I guess. If they all turn into little coffee shops, like at the minute, so with this virus that's going on, all the bars and restaurants are closed. For sake of argument, we can open again on the 1st of June, and the bars and restaurants can't. There's very little point in us being open, because why would you come to Soho otherwise? It's not
Yeah.
really a residential area. So the more it gets gentrified, the less people there are for us here. I mean, customers will come into the shop all the time, tourists, and say, "Oh, where's Soho? Where's the gay area?" And like you're standing in it. I think they expect it to be rainbow flags everywhere or just very obvious, but it doesn't look like anything. I mean, part of it is residents, because if you apply for a sex license, the residents all get first say to go, I don't want that beneath my place. And despite living in Soho, a lot of them will object to it. I don't know why you would live here and then object to it, but they do. They object to ours, they object to regulations. We have to apply for it every year. There's something like 17 sex licenses available in Westminster. So you could have 17 sex shops, but there's only 6 or 7 in use because they just don't get approved that often.
Hmm.
And also, if you're I understand that if you're a business person and you have all this money, would you open a sex shop or would you just buy a house and sell it? I mean, it's a risk. It's the same with fetish bars and gay bars. Why make a gay bar when you could just open a straight bar and have 90% more clientele? I get it from a money point of view. It's not very nice, but it is what it is. I mean, genuinely, if Clumsy and Prowler and us are here in 10 years, it'll be a miracle. Not for we're failing or they're failing, because we're not, but the way things are going, things will move more online. I mean, retail in general is on the decline because everything's online, and you need to be super competitive with that. And with the expense that it is in Soho, I mean, the rent and the rates here, Starbucks has tried to get us out of this building 3 times already. So, and if you, the landlord luckily has said no, but imagine Starbucks came to you and said, I'll give you X amount of money. I would not be surprised if in 10 years this was completely pedestrianized and just a little shopping mall. I don't mean mall, but you know what I mean, a little
like Seven Dials near.
yeah, like Covent Garden
Yeah.
almost.